One sentence is hard, but I will say the book is primarily about why the life of the mind matters now, today, in our troubled world. And Virginia Woolf gives us ample opportunity, rich resources and materials to be able to contemplate those questions and come up with our own particular ways to deal with the problems that we confront in a modern contemporary world. Woolf's work gives us so many rich resources for thinking about big questions. What makes a good life? You know, what should I do? How should I live? And what should I do as a person in relation to others? How ought I relate to the world around me, to the ordinary, and to the extraordinary that comes about in my everyday life? Her work is stylistically complex, beautiful, always thought-provoking, and always something that yields new rewards every time you come back to it. Well, Woolf is really concerned with these big questions about what makes for a good life, and I think she answers it not finally. That's the important thing to think about. She answers it with the end open for us to continue to contemplate those questions. But she also thinks a lot about happiness. She uses that word. And the way I read that is not as an affect, not as joyful or feeling euphoric, but as the ancient Greeks thought of it, as eudaimonia, a good spirit. Thinking about what's the right balance in my life? How ought I do my best to be productive and comfortable and also ethically good towards other people and towards my world? To do that, she thinks we need to make happiness, and the emphasis is on the verb make, right? Creating, making, or poesis even, poetry making. And she looks at poetry making and creative work as something that sustains us in our human condition. And I think that right now we too little value the importance of creativity. And reading Woolf can help us remember that some of the things that trouble us in our world, for example, Adrienne Rich once said that war is a failure of the imagination, poverty, suffering. They're material things, but they also are, in some ways, failures to imagine another way. A world without poverty, when we have enough resources, for example. A world without suffering or oppression. And Woolf is by no means Pollyanna about her approach to these complex problems, but she does spur us to imagine another way. And for that reason, I think her work is still inspiring to us and important for us to read.